podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Sky's the limit, baby.
BoxingVoice.com.
We don't fight for rings and stuff like that. I don't fear anyone.
En este deporte no se viene a jugar y no le tengo miedo a nadie.
We don't come to play in this sport. I fear no one in this sport.
Does that mean that you will fight Triple G later this year?
Como lo dije en la pelea pasada, ahorita mismo me vuelvo a poner los guantes.
As I said in the last fight, right now I'll put on the gloves again.
¡Viva México!
Canelo wants to unify all the titles.
When did you realize, Andy, that you could take his power?
Because of the Mexican warrior that I am, I got that Mexican blood in me. So, talking about the Mexican style, I just proved it.
BoxingVoice.com.
Ain't no other sight in the game to see the Boxing Voice.
Good morning, TBV. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another morning edition of the Boxing Voice Radio. It is Monday morning, and I'm happy to be here. Aren't you? So we're going to be discussing Anthony Joshua's sparring partners and Andy Ruiz Jr.'s sparring partners and kind of compare who's getting the better work and I don't know. Everything about that camp. Very interesting, the amount of sparring partners that AJ has brought in. Only other guy I see bring that many is Wilder, which per camp is about 9. He does 3 sparring partners, 3 separate times broken down in an 8-week camp and sends them home, you know, after he's done with 3. New 3 come and then a final 3. So Joshua having 5, that's impressive. Now, obviously, I let someone else do the work for me on the thumbnail, so we're missing Chisora. But, hey, whatever. You know, we can let you know that Anthony Joshua also has Derek Chisora, who came in and gave him some rounds as well and has been working with him and has already done a few interviews about the work. But for the comparison is Gerald Washington. He's hello, Mike. Gerald Washington is working with Andy Ruiz. He's a stablemate. Charles Martin is a stablemate. They brought in Michael Hunter and Nicholas Stewart. Nicholas Stewart and Gerald Washington and even Charles Martin, all substantially big, but Washington, I think, is the best fit in terms of height and reach. Interesting, though, to see these 4 lined up and see just how small Michael Hunter is. I mean, wow, 3 other heavyweights next to him, and he really needs to fill in. So that fight with he and Povetkin is going to be interesting. I know he got dog in him. We've seen that before, but yeah, man, small guy compared to these other heavyweights. But let's see how he fills out. But then, you know, you got AJ, who brought in Brian Jennings, Derek Chisora, Andrew the Beast Tabiti, and then he's got some dude. I got to pull up the name. I never heard of this cat. And Timothy Moulton. I also never heard of Timothy Moulton. But, yeah, you know, can't know everyone. But it seems like we got our co-host with us. Let's head on out to Indiana. Gross the Boss.
I speak it, believe it, receive it. Speak it, believe it, receive it. Speak it, believe it, receive it. I can't say it enough. I speak it, believe it.
Windows camp, 2 attempts, handed bands over. Sicko hit, shot and miss, 2 to stand over.
Turn up.
Breadwinner, huh? Look who in the building. Let me check my Instagram. I might be at 1 million.
And I'm in.
BoxingVoice.com.
Yo, good morning to everybody out there in TBV universe. Back with another one, I guess. This morning we'll be talking about AJ and Ruiz sparring partners. So let's get to it. What's up? What's going on, Ness?
What up, champ? Buenos dias. We're just comparing them, trying to see who brought in the better work, or does it even matter, right? Because I'm a guy that I consistently tell you, you know, you're never going to find one guy to mimic one guy. And that's why AJ's bringing in 5. That's why Wilder brings in 9. And I don't know, these are the only 4 that I've noticed for Andy Ruiz. Now, there is a heavyweight, you know, I seen footage of Manuel Robles, the trainer of Andy Ruiz, training Kayamoto Fujimoto, right? Or Kayaroto, however you pronounce Fujimoto's first name. He was getting sparring. So I think Ruiz has another heavyweight stablemate that isn't well known that was, at the gym. But all right, he's not on this list is the whole point. But, there's other heavyweights in that gym. You never know what's going down. That being said, yeah, we're just comparing the work and who's getting the better work. I like to believe that the more experienced fighters serve as better sparring partners, where the younger guys, I think, sometimes are a little more intimidated, if not starstruck. But again, I'm not a trainer, and I've spoken to so many, and I know that they're never looking at one guy as the guy. So, and look, JD's has, man, bro, he's had me confused with some of the sparring partners that he brings in, but we've seen the outcomes. Deontay Wilder gets the job done. He's never looked tired. So there's a method to all this madness, but I've been in welterweight camps, and you don't always see high level names. I've spoken to a trainer that told me, you don't bring in big names to fight the champ, because in sparring, people like to try to make a name for themselves, Mike, and you could hurt the champ. Now the champ can't get to his scheduled paid for fight because he was out there having too much bravado in the gym when you're supposed to be working. So some trainers don't bring in, fucking Earl Spence to spar with fucking, I don't know, Crawford, right? Because not only that, is that eventually you're going to see each other. Like, I've spoken to fighters, and I'm like, yo, you don't want to go to the Wilder? Like, nah, because I might have to fight him. It was like, okay, champ, But, yeah, man, I mean, what's your thoughts on the whole comparison? How do you feel about it?
I mean, honestly, I really think that whatever those guys are doing, you know what I'm saying, bringing in whoever they're bringing in. I know I seen Andrew Tabiti with AJ, like you said, Joe Washington over there with Ruiz and things. I just think they're, you know what I'm saying, bringing in the guys that can possibly help them get ready for the other guy. I mean, I know some of the guys with AJ we don't really know that well, but at the same time, if you look at it from a height and weight perspective, like a lot of the guys he's bringing in are short guys that he has to get used to boxing. I think he brought Andrew to beat me in for the speed, to try to match that speed of Andy Ruiz for the most part. So I think that's good. And I think Andy Ruiz, man, whatever he did the first fight, just try to keep on doing that in the second fight. I mean, because apparently what you did the first time worked, and you and your trainer Robles, right?
Yeah. I mean, the difference is that now they both have a lot of time to prepare for each other, so it's different. Ruiz now has all this extra time. Manny has all this extra time to prepare for game plan, and so does AJ. And I think that's where this is crucial. Like, for Jennings, he's a quick punching guy. Like, and I mean when he throws left hook, back, right hook, right? So if he has you on the ropes, we've seen clips of him and Chisora and sparring. And remember, when you wear headgear, especially with the bar, you're going to get a little more confidence. Those punches aren't going to land as hard. So I think that he's great work to mimic those left and right hooks of Ruiz. Like you said, the Tapiti, smaller, cruiserweight, thinner, so he can play the speed, maybe having to make AJ catch him, and Moulton is the frame and size, You know, I think these sparring partners were very strategic. Now I don't know this other gentleman. Obviously, Chisora again, another good style because it's that constant pressure. But this Albone Pavone, what is it? I don't even know. Provolone, what's his name? You know him?
Nah, I never heard of him. Pavone? Let me see. Do you got a
No,
picture of him?
Albone Paravija. I don't know. What's Jeffrey got this dude's name as? I'm a butcher of names, okay? But yeah, he's I've never heard of this dude. And that's okay. It's only a sparring partner. Oh, you know what? Shit is gonna be so loud.
Albon Pervisage.
There you go. Albon Pervisage. Whatever that is.
I think I haven't heard of the guy's name.
Well, he's a 24-year-old German. He's 12-1 with 9 KOs. And according to the reporter that went to see him, he has fast hands, and there's footage of him on YouTube. So the other guy is Tom Little. We've only seen him losing, but that's okay. Joey Abel doesn't win big fights, and Wilder brings him in, and I've watched Joey give Wilder good work, especially out of the southpaw stance. So, again, sparring partners sometimes don't have to be super qualified in the pro ranks, to get the job done, because, again, it's multiple sparring partners to create one guy.
They also said that Anthony Joshua had Tyrone Spong in earlier this month.
I did see pictures of Spong and AJ with sparring gear, and I thought that was a way of Matchroom showing us that we're gonna see Spong after his cleared drug tests. And I guess they threw him some money too, because he lost money not being able to fight AJ. So I guess they threw him, Usyk, excuse me. So I guess they threw him some money to come in as a sparring partner, keep him a bit happy. But I don't know how good that work is, man. I really wanted to see the he and Usyk fight, because, we've only really seen Sponge fight mediocre Mexican dudes. This was going to be the first time he jumped on the scene. Many thought that he was overmatched, but, we were expect him to go in there and give it his all and make a name, or at least a good account for himself, so that he could get his name out there. But again, this serves in the same way for him. And this is why sometimes I think all this shit is orchestrated, because he's like, damn, I could have lost to AJ, or they could pull me off that fight. I get a little media buzz. People searching me. They wondering who spun. Now they bring me back in the spar. And I'm pretty sure they're going to bring him back as an opponent of someone else. Maybe a Joseph Parker can't get the Chisora fight because Chisora's already lined up with Usyk. Bam. Thank you, man. You know what I mean? What did he get paid? I mean, most sparring partners get paid about $1,000 a week. You could ask for a little bit more depending on who you are. You know what I'm saying? They get about $1,000 a week, and they get their room and board paid for. Sometimes the first meal because of the hotel they set up in, or so they get that first breakfast probably paid for. Most of the ones I've been to work out that way.
The thing though, AJ got to pay family guy a little bit more, right? I mean,
you flying him to another country. I mean, but again, a lot. Look for Timothy Moulton. He ain't taking $1,000 a week, and he over there with AJ building his profile. Nobody ever heard of that motherfucker.
He might take $500 a week.
You know what I'm saying? Like, man, listen, tell AJ give me motherfucking $750 a week. I'll give him 2 rounds and record everything else. But yeah, man.
Well, yeah,
I like. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say I do like the sparring that he did with Derek Chisora. When I seen that picture, I was like, okay, that's the kind of guy that can not emulate Andy's style, but possibly emulate Andy's pressure. You know what I'm saying? Derek Chisora's a
no, Moulton, dog. Moulton is put out videos. He looking like a slower version of Andy, and I think that's why they brought in Tabiti.
Yeah, I've seen I seen Moulton first video when we did the show on him. I wasn't really that impressed by him, so I really didn't give him much, you know what I'm saying, thought. But Tabidi, speed, Chisora, pressure, you know what I'm saying, constant pressure, some other kind of pressure you got to get used to fighting a shorter guy. So I kind of like the Chisora sparring.
And Brian Jennings. Brian Jennings is not too tall. He's about 6'2". They could ask him to bend down a little bit more throughout the sparring. I think both guys brought in a lot of good sparring, you know. People saying, no, he ain't sparring Charles Martin. Charles Martin's a stablemate. Why wouldn't he be sparring him, bro? Like, all he got to do is switch stances. Mike Polite Coffee is an orthodox fighter. He spars Deontay Wilder out of the southpaw and the orthodox as needed. For this fight is Luis Ortiz, so he sparred out of the southpaw. When he's been there for Gerald Washington, he spars out the orthodox. You know, so look, and Moulton is just as unknown as Mike Polite Coffee. It just so happens that we've been covering Polite Coffee for 3 years. You know, so there's no disrespect to Moulton. Every champion or fighter brings in, you know, amateurs, undefeated fighters, because they consider the trainers think those guys are hungry. But again, there's other elite level trainers, like I told you. You know, I mean, our interview was out there, but I'll keep his name, whatever. But it's like some people don't want that. They don't want that hungry dude coming in there trying to make a name off the champ, trying to hurt the champ. The champ need to get ready for the $1 million fight, not for you. You know, to try and make a name of yourself so you could post something on Instagram and tell people you Rolly versus Ryan Garcia. That's not what we here for.
That sounds like Andrew Garcia right there.
I mean, it's just not what we here for. Look, you seen the footage of Rolly and Ryan. That's not sparring. You trying to dog him. How's he learning anything there? So, you know, you was trying to make a name for yourself because Ryan's popular. Ryan won more nationals than you. He's cute. You know what I'm saying? The girls love him. So it's like, this is my opportunity. And that's what some trainers don't want. They want that good work. So, you know, everyone is different. That's why you can't really critique what these sparring partners, you know, bring to the table, because truly I don't think we'll ever know unless we're in camp.
Yeah, honestly, I think it kind of goes like both ways. I'm leaning with both ways. Like, you don't want to bring somebody in there who want to prove something against the champ, who want to make a name off the champ and all that kind of shit. Like that shit is done on the way up and like wars in the gym and shit. But like when you get ready for a championship camp, you want to bring somebody in the champ probably trusts, the champ probably has done extensive rounds with that knows that person, but also is going to give the champ some kind of look and not just be there to get rolled over. I do agree with that, but at the same time, you don't want to bring anybody in that's just going to be a punching bag either.
No, agreed. So I posted this same picture about a day ago on our Instagram. So I just want to go through some of these comments before we open up the phone lines. And I said, whose sparring partners are better work for the job at hand? Hashtag Ruiz Joshua 2. So Serafina, Big Babies, you know, she works for Greg Cohen Promotions. As you can see, it says Serafina GCP. She says the perfect sparring partners for AJ for this fight would have been from our stable, Joey the Tank DeVaco and Big Baby Miller, but you know how that cookie crumbles. Do you think that's true, that DeVaco would have been good sparring? I know Joshua's brought him in, but there's been rumors of concussions and all this stuff. DeVaco denies all that. Do you think that he would have been good to come back? I know NO, our mastermind, believes that he should have been brought back. But do you think it was better to keep him out to quiet that noise and those rumors?
I mean, honestly, I know it was a rumor about Joshua getting knocked out about the Welco. Cool. I mean, based on his last performance, I wouldn't bring him back in sparring either. You know what I'm saying? Didn't really show anything against a Mexican guy that he was supposed to beat. Got a draw with him the first time, and me and Ness actually watched that fight, and we thought he was losing. So, as far as like sparring partner bringing somebody in to get the looks, I mean, is Joey really gonna be the best look you could possibly bring in? No disrespect to Joey or anything like that, but I just think that by bringing Joey in, you there's more questions than there is are answers.
All right. She came back with another one. So Joshua has a cruiserweight and a former cruiserweight to mimic a guy that weighs 262 pounds. Got it. I'll take Ruiz for $1,000, Alex. Alex from Jeopardy. So what's your thoughts on that?
Shit, I take 1,500.
Damn.
If we playing double Jeopardy.
Okay. So AJ did better, says some dude whose screen name I won't try to pronounce. And did AJ do better? Let's see. In terms of bringing in bigger names, he brought in Chisora, Jennings, Tabiti. But then, I mean, it's kind of even when Ruiz brings in Washington, Hunter, and Martin. Like, that's, if anything, Jennings is on his way out. Jennings is on his way out. Nobody on that list is on their way out on Andy's side.
Yeah, I don't think Andy was actually sparring with Martin. I think there's a video somehow that Martin said, "Nah, we ain't been sparring. We just training in the same gym together." So
they stable based though. They train by the same fighter.
Yeah.
Excuse me, trainer.
But Gerald Washington, yeah, who has a bigger recent win? Gerald Washington or Derek Chisora? So I took that edge towards Derek Chisora.
You think Chisora's win over Price is better than Helenius? I think they're both equally they're both like in terms of durability. I think they're both on the same level.
Hell no.
So you think Price is better than Helenius?
What I'm saying is durability. I feel like Chisora is better than Washington. I don't care.
Okay. You talking about okay. My bad.
Yeah, I don't care about the opponent. I don't care about the guy that are actually sparring. I think Chisora is a little bit better than Washington. Tabiti,
I just want to add to that. I want to say I think that Chisora might be mentally stronger too, right? Like, don't you feel like Washington checks out before he actually gets knocked out?
I think Washington runs out of energy a lot sometimes, and all that. Like, he's a big dude, and he's kind of muscular too, so. I don't know if that plays in his favor, but against Big Baby, we can see him how he kind of gassed out against Kownacki, kind of gassed out. Even against, I believe it was Amir Mansour, he kind of gassed out.
All right, so someone else says, I think Andy got his number after months of thinking of it. A lot of people starting to feel that way as the fight gets closer. Someone else feels Andy has picked the better sparring partners. And then this guy come here, he says, Nate, he says, Hunter by far the best. Do you think Hunter's the best out of all of the sparring partners in totality? Long pause there. I should have had my Alex Jeopardy beat on.
I mean, in totality, I guess so. He's a younger version. Like, to me, and I don't mean no disrespect. Hopefully Hunter can hear this and be like, yeah, man, that ain't a bad career to have. But he's like the U.S. version of a younger Derek Chisora. Like, he got a lot of early wins, you know what I'm saying? Had his little loss to Usyk, but we still don't know if he can translate that into the heavyweight division against these real top-level contenders. Or will he be a Derek Chisora who take out everybody on the domestic level or on a European kind of level?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about that Chisora comparison, man. I don't know.
I mean, the height, the style. I mean, of course, Hunter's a better boxer, better athlete, better move. I can see that, but the toughness, the height, and just the kind of pressure that both guys kind of come into the ring with, I think, you know what I'm saying, if he has a Derek Chisora kind of career, I think he'll be happy.
I don't know, man. What's Chisora's biggest win?
I ain't talking about the win. I'm talking about the money. Chisora's always need. Chisora ain't won shit.
Mike, I don't know, man.
He ain't won nothing, but he's still doing UK pay-per-view.
I hear you. It's still 2020, man. Like, Hunter getting paid, man. Everybody getting paid these days. The market went up, man. Like, when you see Jesse Vargas making 1.7, the market went up. Like, I'm
Hunter
sure.
Ain't making that, bro. Hunter ain't making
I'm not saying Hunter's making that. I'm saying.
I think he's making more than YouTubers make. I'm just being real. Like, we look at Hunter, like, what kind of is he really drawing subscriptions to the zone, or is he getting a couple 100,000 a fight?
Nah, I don't think he getting a couple 100,000. It's gonna be interesting to see what he got for this Povetkin fight. I could see you said he don't get the new. I could see 900,000 for the Povetkin, 750 maybe, and that's still good money. He got like 17 fights, don't he? How many fights he got?
Yeah, I want to find out how much Chisora made for Price, and then we'll see how good money that is.
And bruh, and you comparing Chisora at the end of his career to Hunter at the beginning.
Man, Chisora been getting money though. He fought Fury. He fought Dylan White.
Fury wasn't on pay-per-view. I watched both of those fights.
What about David Haye? Was that
that was on HBO. It probably was pay-per-view in the UK.
And that's years ago. So the guy he's still relevant right now.
Listen, he relevant because UK boxing, bruh. He relevant because of UK boxing. I keep asking what's his biggest win. Somebody tell me who he beat.
I'm not talking about the win career-wise, like you said.
He's like Adrian Broner without the fucking accomplishments, bro. Like he stays relevant because of his mouth. But who's he beat? David Price is probably his biggest win.
Numerous of times. Dave Rosado has had a great career, has he not?
Yeah.
So what's the difference with Derek Chisora? You ain't gotta beat nobody great to have a great career. As long as you fight and put money in the bank, my nigga, you've had a successful boxing career. Everybody can't be a Hall of Famer.
Look, we're going down the rabbit hole, Mike. All I'm saying is that I think it's an unfair comparison. I think Hunter, with the skills that he's already shown us, he's gonna have a better career than him. I just feel that way.
Man, time will tell. I'm out on a ledge saying, yeah, I don't know.
So we want to get to some more of these comments here. They say the next one says, "Where's Chisora?" Obviously, we left them off the overlay. Charles Martin isn't a sparring partner. He's just in the same gym. What Mike said. It doesn't matter. The only way Ruiz wins the rematch is if it's by KO. If it goes the distance, AJ wins by decision. The KO by the gods only happens once. It won't happen again. Respect emoji. And that's actually Michael from the UK that calls in. So that's perfect. Let's go ahead and get that some shout out. So what do you think about Mike and his thoughts?
I mean, he's just backing his guy, AJ. You know what I'm saying? Supporting this guy, AJ, with that statement. I mean, we all know that Ruiz put in the work, so for that to, I mean, I said last week, if AJ feels like that, then that's cool. Sometimes you got to tell yourself something to make things rational. But for a fan to say it, I mean, he's just going with his guy and showing support. So, I mean, he's a UK guy, right? So UK brethren.
Yo, Chisora's net worth is at $22 million. That seems high, no?
Higher than motherfucker. What?
I don't know.
22 million?
That's what the article said here. Net worth of Derek Chisora. The total net worth of Derek Chisora is estimated to be $22 million. Chisora has been boxing as his main source of earning, but being a boxing star, he has another source as well, such as ads, endorsements, and sponsorships, etc., which adds $342,760 to his net worth. Derek Chisora is going to fight for the WBC silver heavyweight title against Robert. Oh, this is an old article. When he fought Robert Helenius.
Derek Chisora fought Robert Helenius?
That's what it said on the 27th of March this year in Finland.
No damn Robert Helenius this
Not
year.
this year. I'm talking about of the year, the article, champ.
Oh, okay. I don't know, but 22 million seems kind of high for Derek Chisora.
Hey, man, you the one trying to make him a rich sheik and shit.
Bro, who said anything
talking about Hunter can't achieve what Chisora did. I mean, but I get you. No, I'm about.
If Hunter could achieve what Chisora did, he would have a successful boxing career.
And I'm gonna say you a little bit right. I had to play devil's advocate, but I'm gonna say you right because of the fact that is Hunter. is Hunter gonna get the opportunity to sell pay-per-views? You know what I mean? Like that shit is kind of done over here unless you're on one of the other networks. And right now he's with Dazn, so I guess he will lose that pay-per-view money that Chisora has always gotten. But how much is that, man? Those was $10 pay-per-views, $12 pay-per-views, man.
The $19.99 pounds, which is about $31 US.
Nah, man. Chisora ain't always fought for $30, man.
$19.99, bro. That's the going rate.
And how many of those was pay-per-view? Because Sanaa Gashi wasn't no fucking pay-per-view.
Nah, I know Dylan White was and the Price fight was. That's about it that I know off the top of my head. I think the Hay fight was too. Gotta think David Hay has been a pay-per-view attraction over there. So I think probably got like 3 or 4 fights, but with some good. And then, like you said, he redid his deal, went over there and got with David Hay, and came back and got some more money from Eddie. So I mean, I'm pretty sure he's in a good position, and I'm pretty sure he got more business endeavors outside of boxing than just boxing. I think he said something about real estate on one IFL TV interview or something like that.
Well, I mean, they mentioned endorsements and stuff like that, but let's get out to the callers, see what the world thinks, and yeah, man, talk some boxing. Hey, what's up with my boy Dillian, bro? It's been so long.
Remember to rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
These calls are brought to you by El Camino Electrical Services, experts in electric vehicle charging stations. For consultations and turnkey installation, visit us at elcaminoelectricalservices.com.
Going out to Baltimore, Boomerang Troy, what up?
I'm gonna go Fruity Smack.
What's up? I heard you talking about Derek Chisora, right? And I'm outside if you hear any noise. But you know what? When it comes to Derek Chisora, it's not so much who he's beat, because his losses are actually bigger than most people's wins. He's fought Hay, Klitschko, who am I missing? White, and somebody else. So, he's established over there.
So now you're giving credit for losses.
When it comes to him, what I'm saying is, if you could name me a current heavyweight who has fought anybody better than him.
He lost to him. What do it matter? What do it matter? What do it matter that you fought Klitschko if you lost?
The fact is that he's fought the very best. And he's lost. That's his thing. He's always going to come tough. He's always going to fight hard. That's why his name is always out there. That's why he's making as much as he makes.
Is his name really out there, or is his name in the UK? Because I don't see him getting no American fights. No American fights.
Why does he need
I don't
America?
see no network trying to sign him up.
He has $22 million. Why does he need America?
Why does he need?
Go ahead and explain that to me.
Because this is the Mecca of boxing. They never said the UK was.
Mecca of boxing. Okay.
Every UK fighter wants to come
sir.
over here. Every UK fighter says it in their interview.
Okay.
But that is your time. You can boomerang
Take
back.
a deep breath, yo.
You can boomerang back. CYP, buenos dias.
How you gonna let that man cook it and cut him so fast? Look.
It's 1:30. He get a minute 30.
All right, look. I'm gonna tell you about Derek Chisora. Chisora is actually better now than he's ever been, because, be honest with you, this man was on a 3-fight losing streak. And out of 5 straight fights, he lost 4 of them. He scheduled 1 fight for 6 rounds against a 200-pounder to get a win, and he won by points. He scheduled a dude with 43 losses on a 6-round fight to get a loss, because he was on a 5-fight losing streak. This dude was trash. All right, let's be real here. You can't lose to Tyson Fury, then fight a dude we never heard of, 43 losses, then lose to Robert Helenius, then lose to Klitschko, then get knocked out by David Hay. This is all in a row. Let me repeat that. You lost to Tyson Fury, fight a dude with 43 losses to get a win, lose to Helenius, lose to Vitali, then not get knocked out by David Hay, all in a row. And then you go and fight at no names to get some confidence back. Derek Chisora now is better than he's ever been. That loss against Dillian White was a good loss. That's the only loss I'll give him that was good because every judge had him winning before he got knocked out. And then now he's on a 3-fight win streak. So he's rich because of whatever his promoter was doing back then. That dude needs to be dug up from the grave, or somebody needs to say, dude, I want that promoter because that promoter is a great promoter. But other than that, Derek Chisora is nothing. If that dude's got worth $22 million, Adrian Broner needs to be worth $100 million. If Adrian
The only thing he missed out is that Malik Scott was straight gifty in the UK. Malik Scott was up at 9. The referee decided I ain't even counting the 10, nigga. You out. Meanwhile, Malik Scott on his knee getting his shit together. He ain't up on the ropes looking punch drunk. No, he taking his knee. He watching the fucking ref count. He's up. And now it's like, nah, you done. They be, yo, listen. Bruh, boxing has changed because we used to think it was just, like you just can't go over there and get a win. But don't get me wrong, they thought the same thing. I think Selby might have came over here and had a tough time. Or somebody, McDonald maybe, I ain't sure. Somebody did come over in the last 3 years and couldn't get a win. But like, bruh, you got to watch UK judges. 9 counts or 10 counts out there. You see how they waving shit off. You see what they did for Takam and AJ. It's dangerous out there, for real. But, you know, depending on the sanctioning body, you good because they bring in certain refs, man, and at least they are schooled. But going to that WBC convention was very educational, man. I'm going to try and go to the IBF one because there's so much that we didn't know. Like, even these refs, now we know why we got refs and judges making shitty decisions because anybody could be a ref. That's why I interviewed that dude that was being a ref. Not because he's anybody, but just to show you the process and who and how things are done. So, again, man, if y'all want change, y'all going to have to get involved, man, because these sanctioning bodies got the doors open to everybody. These conventions are open to the public. They open to the public. You know what I mean? You're going to have to register or whatever, and I don't know how much that is. I think the WBC registration fee is maybe $250 and under. But keep in mind that, you know, for $250 you register, you get to go to all the seminars, and you're going to bump into dozens and dozens of your favorite fighters. So for a fan, it's worth it. Because you could go pay $250 at a Canelo fight and not even get to fucking see him, let alone get an autograph. So you might as well go to a convention and learn something, you know. Learn how often these judges and these refs have to be, you know, have to go back to school or some sort of seminar or class to get refreshed. That's why the WBC putting out that pocket reminder was refreshing. Because, dog, everybody needs a little reminder here and there on certain things, man. We not computers. We're not going to be able to, you know, reference everything like a snap. But, yeah, man, Chisora has some funny coming back fights, like the Sam Sexton fight. Like, a lot of shit, you know. But they love him out there in them streets, man. Chisora, he's loved by a lot of people.
He a legend out there, man.
I mean, but again, legend for his antics. Like, you glass me, you know, his build-ups. He's legendary build-ups. Flipping tables, you know, plexiglass, spitting water in your face at a face-off, smacking you in the face. Like, that's what he's legend for. Now he's changing. And it's good because he attracted the fan base as this bad boy of boxing. Now he's a Christian, and that's why people have gotten behind his second leg because it's like, oh, he's really trying now. And he brought in the ballhead dude, David Caldwell, but now he ain't even with him no more. Like, that's his thing. He's off and on the wagon. At least he ain't drinking, according to him, and he's giving his life to God. So, you know, when he's not training with a true Caldwell-like trainer, you know, we would expect the worst, but he's coming in a little bit in shape now. You know what I mean? Like, he's fighting and he's getting the job done. I mean, whatever, man. I don't know. I'ma still hold tight on every fighter wants to come to America. I've interviewed them. I'm not worried about what people saying in the chat. You ain't interviewed nobody, and if you have, I'm glad. You should know what I'm talking about. Every fighter wants to fight in America. Every fighter wants to see his name in lights in Vegas on the MGM Grand. Every fighter wants to fight in New York City. You know, not every fighter wants to fight in the UK. Some do because that makes you global and international. And Muhammad Ali fought in different countries. I've heard fighters tell me that. I've heard them tell me that. But believe me, my dog is out here wilding. But
I thought that was somebody on Skype. I was like, tell them to mute themselves.
But she got this toy wilding right now. But let me get to another caller. Donald, Richmond, California. Talk to us.
What up, Donald?
What's going on, y'all? As far as the sparring partners, I think they both got good sparring partners on both ends. Andy Ruiz, he got the tall guys over there in Washington. But you guys said he's not sparring with Martin. But like I said, I think they both got the right guys over there to give them each attribute that each of their opponents carry. Ruiz got the guys with the height, and then somebody else, with the power and stuff like that. So I think it's going to make out to be a good fight. I think it's still going to be the same results. I still think Andy gets Joshua out of there, but I think that this time Joshua just comes in and he looks like he probably has a little bit more heart. He puts up just a little bit more of a fight, and the stoppage doesn't look as shitty as it looked the last time out. He's just like standing in the corner and the ref's like, come on out, but he's still on the ropes trying to get that last breath, So I think it's gonna look a little bit different, but I don't think he's gonna win, But I just hopefully it just make out to be a really good fight, and we just have to go from there. But I definitely got my money on Ruiz, and I'm hoping that that's pulled off so him and Wilder can make that fight, man. I really want to see Wilder and Ruiz. I want to see what Ruiz, little short chubby ass, could do if he gets in the inside with Wilder, and what type of trouble he's gonna give Wilder. And then at what point does Wilder hit him with that shot, and it's like, oh shit, he was doing so good, and Wilder caught him, and it's fucking over, That's what it would look like if they fight. I'm pretty sure it will.
Cut it. Shout to Donald, man, Richmond.
Yes, sir. I need a few minutes here.
Do your thing, man. Back to Derek Chisora, since I brought this thing up and everybody want to goddamn talk about it. Now, look, I'm not saying that Derek Chisora has had one of those illustrious Muhammad Ali, Joe Frazier kind of career. No, I'm not saying that at all. But what he has done, he made a way for himself to have a pretty good living in boxing. And at the end of the day, if you're not going to be a world champion, if you're not going to have the titles, if you're not going to have the lights and the glamour and the glitz, you got to find yourself a niche. And like that said, that's what he did with being the bad boy, being the guy that was running down on people all the time, being the guy who throw tables and come out on with Vaseline on social media. That got a lot of people talking.
He met his match, though, with Hay. See, when he went to talk that shit in Hay's face, he got hit with a bottle. When he went to motherfucking fight Hay, he got knocked the fuck out. And now he's working with Hay. Like, you can't beat him, join him.
Like Nas and Jay-Z back in the day, ain't it? But it's like this, though. If you're able to sustain a long career in the sport of boxing, we all know it's a brutal sport. Most guys don't make it, that long. We've seen guys come and go every year, all year. But to be still one of the guys that has almost double-digit losses and name is being floated around with a world title shot now, and you just.
I don't know about world title shot. Eliminator maybe. Mandatory position maybe.
I just want to see who the WBO is going to mandate for that title, because we've seen PBC and we've seen them not really.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Even if the WBO says, yo, we stripping Ruiz, Usyk got to fight, and it's going to be Usyk and Fury, or even if they give Chisora the shot, he won't win. He won't win.
You sure?
What the fuck?
Based off what we see.
Bruh, are you sure? Based off history, look at it. Has he ever won the big fight? Any big fight? That's why I keep asking you, who's his biggest win, champ?
Usyk may be his biggest win, bro.
Man, he ain't beating Usyk, man.
I just seen a nigga named Witherspoon go 10 rounds with Usyk.
Bruh, like you told me, man, you made me a believer of this term, bruh. Sometimes you can't get up for motherfuckers' name. Who was it? Charles Weatherspoon. Chaz Weatherspoon.
And you made me a believer of this right here. Everybody wants to fight in fucking America. Nigga, your chance is here. First chance to fight in America. In Chicago, where you got a big fan base.
Okay.
And you want to fucking fight Teaspoon and not get a knockout?
Hey, man.
And Derek Chisora will be
Sometimes you got to live to fight another day and whoop somebody ass named Chisora. Easier, older, more battle-tested. Listen, yo, Chisora is a facade, brother. Right dude gonna make Chisora stop coming forward with a couple of body shots.
That he's nothing special.
Couple of body shots, bro. Yo, Usyk is intelligent enough to stay on the outside and work my man to the body to the later half.
All right, we'll see. We'll see. All right, man. I'm telling you, Usyk ain't got the power, bro.
All right, so you saying you picking Chisora over Usyk if it ever happens?
I'm not picking Chisora over
Sound
Usyk.
like it.
What I'm saying is I think it's a more competitive fight than what you think.
Yo, super chat from T Plums in Florida. This dude Troy want to be a Brit, man. Get the fuck out of here. We going out to the boxing agitator. Talk to me.
What's going on, fellas?
Chant.
Morning.
That's right. Man, Canelo, right? I heard a net say you can't make a career off a loss, so you don't get points off of losses. Canelo made a career off of losing to Floyd Mayweather.
Nah.
Man, everybody.
Nah.
Yeah,
How we gonna act like that loss?
He definitely leveled up, Ness.
But you think that loss made him more popular?
Got 3 minutes, Ness.
You right. I'm a restart it. My bad. You right. Go ahead.
All right. What else? Man, I forgot what I was going to say. But just, I wanted to say that for sure. And shout out to the boxing boys, baby. Keep it up, man. Shout out to everybody. Oh, I wanted to ask your opinion on the barbershop conversation versus the PBC. That's what I wanted to ask you about. And if you want to stay out of it or don't give your opinion, I totally understand. You know what I mean? But that's it. Gone.
All right. What is he talking about?
I forgot how the story goes, but I think Barbershop has a beef with Kelly Swanson. I guess he's been denied credentials and things like that, which I don't believe is right. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody deserves their own opinion, and like this is America. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you got to realize maybe some of the things that we say or some of the things that we do might have consequences to our actions. And sometimes, you know what I'm saying, it's not right. I'm not saying that it is right, but when people are in a position of power that they can prevent you from doing those kind of things, you kind of got to look at it from both sides. But I'm with Fred, man. I support him. Hopefully he gets his credentials back and this shit can just go by the wayside, man. Because at the end of the day, man, like if you're covering the sport, that you're trying to grow it, and I've seen Fred covering the sport for years now, so he's definitely somebody that is value on the media side in boxing, in my opinion.
What? Anyway, I guess we'll talk over. I don't even know what like they saying he did. We going out to Stunner. Talk to me.
Subject with the sparring partners. I'm just gonna be the first to say I think Andy Ruiz has the better sparring partners only because of this. For the last 2-3 years, I've passionately stated that Anthony Joshua is like a clone of Gerald Washington. These guys have the same height, same reach, same dimensions. Like literally, if you're gonna spar fighting Joshua, Gerald Washington is literally the guy you get. He's literally a clone of Anthony Joshua. Second,
I don't know. Same dimensions for real. I think it feels like AJ looks a lot bigger than Josh Washington.
Well, look. As far as like actual size, yeah, because Joshua, he lifts weights and whatnot. But as far as weight, they always weigh within 2 to 3 pounds of each other. If you monitor their careers throughout the last 3 years when they fight, they always are within 3 to 4 pounds of each other. They're the same height, they have the same exact reach. Right now, Joshua, those way better combinations than Gerald Washington. I'm not going to go as far as to say Washington's skill level is the same, but I just want to say this real quick because I don't really know exactly how Derek Chisora got brought up into this convo, but let me just say this.
He's a sparring partner of AJ.
But I seen that you guys kind of veered and started talking about title contentions or eliminators and whatnot. Look, I just want to make this clear. If you go to BoxRec and you look at, rankings, there is a total of between 350 to 400 ranked USA heavyweights. In the UK, there's not even 65 total ranked heavyweights. You got these guys out in the UK hiding out there, fighting each other in a very small talent pool. They rise to the cream of the crop in that very small talent pool, and then these guys are due title shots and whatnot.
What is he talking about? 65. I'm seeing fucking 1,000. Oh, he said in the UK. Yep. Okay. There's only 50 heavyweights in the UK. Chisora's number 4. So I get what he's saying. Small pool, easy to be a top dog, Mike.
And yeah, of course. Like I've been saying, like it's like the Texas like Golden Gloves or like the New York Golden Gloves. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't get everybody in the area, but it does get a nice little a percentage from the UK. But at the end of the day, like in the past couple of years, the UK has had their fair share of champions.
Yeah.
Too.
Mike, how about we play this game? I'm cheating because I got BoxRec open. I'm going to name 13 straight heavyweights from the UK I feel are known.
Okay.
And see, could you do the same with Americans? Since there's always this constant UK versus America battle, and he's saying their talent pool is small. Is it that the talent pool is small, or is it that the fans are a little more... Do their fans' voice scream louder? Because I know Tom Little. We're talking about Tom Little being an AJ sparring partner. We've talked about Tom Little fighting various dudes like Philip Hargrovic, Dubois, maybe even Gorman, Fabio Wardy. We've interviewed him. We've watched his come up. We know that he's a Dillian White fighter, you know? And that's what I'm saying. His shine or fame comes from being signed to White. So White makes him popular, right? So Nathan Gorman, we knew before the Dubois fight, and then we seen him in the Dubois fight. David Allen, we watched him grow. We watched him be a dude that loses to a dude that was almost there, you know? You got Dubois, someone that we consistently cover and follow. Price, someone that for years, no matter what, stays there on the tip of our tongue. Huey Fury, same thing. Joe Joyce, more and more being on the scene. You just went to bat for Chisora. White was hot until July. Fury, Joshua, like those are names. Those are names. I mean, I don't really know what Stunner's talking about. Those dudes are doing their job to be known. Obviously, Fabio Wardy a little less. TBV might know him and our listeners because we're on the grind. We're out there in the UK with correspondents interviewing.
Nick, how dare you? How dare you not even bring up the most popular UK heavyweight?
Who's that?
Dave Allen.
I said Dave Allen.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear you. My bad.
Yeah, I said we watched his career turn around from a dude that was always losing to a guy that almost got there. He almost got there. Like, if he would have beat Price, he would have been in some shit.
Yeah, he would have been in some shit for real. All right, but look, we got, on the American side, we got Deontay Wilder, of course. We got Big Baby. We got Trevor Bryan that I've never seen. We got Charles Martin, Adam Kornacki, Chris Arreola. We got Luis Ortiz. We have Gerald Washington. We have Dominic Brazil. We have Michael Hunter. We have
Andy Ruiz is considered American. I'm on BoxRec.
Andy Ruiz. And this off the top of the head.
Eric Molina's considered American. Brian Jennings, Bermain Stavern, Chris Arreola. I never heard of Alexander Flores.
Just fought.
Who's that?
Alexander Flores. I think he fought Brazil, maybe.
He got hella losses though. He got like 2 losses in a draw. Joey Abel is number 12. So, yo, that's crazy.
Michael Coffey.
We don't got a lot of. I mean, look at these names are known, but yo, like really, they got Ray Austin in there.
The Money Rock, Sonny Conto.
Yeah, why they not up here?
You know
I mean, it's points though. This is a BoxRec point system. That's why you see all these old names.
I mean, I think America got its fair share. Like, honestly, I think both countries are doing pretty, you know what I'm saying, like evenly.
Yeah, but Damani Rock, That's what I'm saying. Like the UK heavyweights got a little bit more fame. Like, you don't think so? Damani Rock's like 19-0 right now, bruh. Let me see if I can find
I
him.
would agree that like 13-0, Daniel Dubois got a way, you know what I'm saying, bigger buzz. And even
Who's more popular in your opinion, Junior Fa or Damani Rock?
About the same. I don't know. I
They
maybe
ain't
know.
got my man. They don't even got Damani Rock top 50 in America. What the fuck? Am I overlooking his name or what? BoxRec, yo, they point system is crazy. We need to represent. And you know, Marine Shepard was at the they go Polite. They got Polite at number 45 in America. That's pretty low. Avery Gibson, he keep on. Look, Craig Lewis, 48 and 49. They neck and neck. Hilarious, yo. I know those dudes. Where is Damani Rock, bruh? Hassan Rahman Jr., 68.
About Charles Martin. What Charles Martin rate?
I don't know, man. It's so hard when they do it. Like when you put it just America, because they going off a point system, man. So they look John Pierre Augustine, number 61. Areola slept him in Texas on the old boy card. We going to Boomerang. CYP.
What up, CYP?
Man. Listen, we in the chat. How many times does CYP have to come on here and repeat himself? Y'all say y'all don't want me come on here talking, clowning. Well, stop saying dumb shit. Y'all, I want to give y'all some breaking news. Y'all know that Derek Teresa was born in Zambia. He was not born in the UK. Y'all know that Dillian White was born in Jamaica. He was not born in the UK. And not one time do I ever call him here saying they're not Brits, they're not Brits, they're not Brits. But y'all love to say Kalanaki's not American. Y'all love to say Andy Ruiz is not American. Let's do it today, right now on this show. Are we going to deal with citizenship or are we not going to deal with citizenship? Because if we're not, that's fine with me. You can take Derek Teresa and White away from you, and you can have Andy Ruiz and you can have Kalnaki. Let's make it fair. I don't come on here and to go back and forth with y'all on y'all stupid idiot conversation. Like, stop it. Y'all make the show look stupid because you keep repeating the same things over and over as if repeating it again is going to change fact. Ness, Mike, y'all two decide today, what are we going to go by? Are we going by citizenship or are we going by birthplace? And let's leave it for all countries. Let's do it right now. What are we doing?
I think you got to use both, man. Like, birthplace definitely is who you are and what you are, you know, your relatives and stuff like that. Well, I guess no, birthplace because Andy was born in America. It's just he's like me. Andy's like me. Like, I'm born in America, but my parents were born in the Dominican Republic, so I'm Dominican by blood, but I'm American. I got a blue passport. I can't get deported. They could get deported. You know what I'm saying? It's different. So Andy can't get deported. No matter what wall Trump want to build, Andy's over here. So I guess birthplace.
Nah,
but then Terosa and White is gone on your side.
I feel like we're like where you raised at and things like that. You know what I'm saying? Depends on like what country you're gonna fight for. Cause I could be born in fucking.
Bruh, Earl was raised in Texas. His parents and he is claiming Jamaican, bruh.
And
90 seconds.
We see where Earl called his hometown too, though, right? And see where he wants to fight at because we see that's Dallas.
And we see where he want to train at. I seen him running in the hills of Jamaica.
My nigga, who won't want to go to Jamaica and train?
I mean, that's his. Yo, I see them coming in the ring with the flag. They came in and father got the ring. They got the flag, bruh. It's there.
Paying homage, man. Paying homage to you, like.
I mean, look, you could say that. I got a Dominican flag on my arm and I was born here. Listen, you can't take away a person's culture. Like, that's his culture. Like, he probably was raised on Jamaican food in the house. So that's why he claims it.
Consider a professional. If your professional career started in England and you been coming up to the GB squad or their amateur program, then it's pretty much to say that you're a British fighter, no matter what you were.
Yeah, I mean, look, again, I agree with that. That's why I said birthplace, because wherever you born is where you fighting at, but some people migrate. I don't know, it's difficult. I guess in a sense you're right too, because Like, I even watched this movie yesterday on Netflix. I don't know what's the name of it, but it's trending, so y'all probably watched it too. And the girl was in Japan, and she's like, yo, I've been here for 5 years, 6 months. I'm from Japan. I consider myself from Japan. She was speaking that shit, in the movie. Everybody was
10
impressed with her. So,
seconds.
like, I don't know, man. Sometimes it's like you said, where you from is where you from. And that makes you who you are. Doesn't matter where you was born, shit. I don't know. I guess I don't know. It's up to the person to decide. I guess we can't decide for them, right? Like, we can't tell Chisora, or for instance, White. Do we tell White he's not Jamaican just because he was raised in the UK, Mike? I don't get it. Because that's what you're saying. You saying he's Jamaican. I mean, he's UK. Because that's
I
what
said when it comes down to your professional boxing career, then you're a British fighter. But you can't take somebody's heritage away or somebody's lineage away. Like, Dylan White is a Jamaican British fighter. Period. That's his nationality. He was born in Jamaica. Period. So
but that's CYP's argument that the UK is trying to say, well, Andy Ruiz don't belong to you because he is a Mexican. And he's like, well, wait a minute. He was born in America. So then who wins the argument? Who's right? Is CYP right, or are the trolls trolling them right? Because what is Andy? Andy's claiming Imperial California, champ. But he's saying he's Mexican. He's going to Mexico.
Honestly, bro, I'm not
into that.
Not really. I could care less about what people perceive somebody to be from. You know what I'm saying? Like, if Dylan White's cool.
Yo, what's that on your hat, bruh?
What?
That little shiny gold thing.
Yeah, that's the pen Enrique gave me when we was in L.A.
What kind of pen though?
A Canelo pen. CK.
Oh. My hat ain't got that, yo. I ain't even.
No. I added it on. You know what I'm saying? I added it to the hat.
Oh, you getting fresh.
But anyway, as long as the fighters ain't got a problem with it, man, I ain't got time for nobody in the chat saying, oh, he's not American or he's not British. Nigga, what are you? You know what I'm saying? Take your ass on.
Canelo. Yo, they hating. Let me get to this super chat. Ronald Finkley says 5 days. Is it 5? Oh, yes. Today's Monday. 5 days, Vibranium Night, Fox Sports pay-per-view. Thanos Wilder versus King Kong Ortiz are fighting in the streets. 4 bomb emojis for Bomb Squad, obviously. Yeah, man, I'm excited too. I wanted to. The only thing that was out on Wilder was Wilder talking about this fight. You know what I mean? He's picking Ruiz again. So we gotta wait for him to do his official arrivals.
I thought we was gonna do the little shit that we did last time. Like, when it comes to boxing, who's better, speed, power, so and so. But I guess we'll say that for one day.
We could do that. Listen, it's 5 days. We got plenty of shit to talk about. We need to talk about it. And we could always come back. You know me. Let's get to Boomerang here in Baltimore. We got Troy back with another one.
What up, Troy? If y'all want us to come back, man, y'all need to get us to at least 300 thumbs up by the end of the
Man, we ain't got no thumbs. I should say 93.
About 300 thumbs up by the end of this show, though. So if y'all want us to come back for another show, I'm just saying.
All right. Okay. I was just waiting. I just want to make this comment and jump off here. I really don't call in to go back and forth with you all the time. I mean, to be very honest with you, sometimes it's interesting, sometimes it's annoying, sometimes you sound like my little sister, right? And I really just call in a lot of times just to make a point.
We ain't gonna stand for no disrespect.
And I'm gone, right?
Can't sit here and call this man and say you sound like your little sister. Not even little brother.
Actually, I'm talking to both of you, Mike. I'm sorry. I guess I didn't make that clear enough.
Standing up for this,
I'm talking to both of you, man.
You call in, I really tune out. You know what I'm saying? I don't tune in, I tune out.
Okay. Okay, you see what that was? That was me being sarcastic, man. That was simply me being sarcastic.
And what about me?
You all do it in a different way, but I don't want to go head up with you every time I call in. Sometimes I have a point, and I just want to make my point and bounce off without being labeled a liar or F this or whatever. I'm just simply trying to make a point.
Sometimes your points are like so ass. You know what I'm saying?
And there you go again. There you go again. How is it ass if it's fact? That's what I'm trying to. I call in and I don't make things up out of thin air. I speak facts. So how can the facts be ass? Go ahead. Go ahead and break that math down for me.
What facts did you speak? I'm lost here.
I called in earlier and we were talking about Jerry Tazor, and I was trying to explain to you.
3.
Yeah. Okay.
2.
Cool. Go ahead and hang up. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Champ, you gotta better moderate your time though on the real. That's a minute 30, B. I mean, I'm just saying, morning shows minute 30, flagship shows 3 minutes, boomerangs 2 calls, ringers cut the line, masterminds cut the line and cut the boomerang, and then the gang. Listen, that's it. I'm gonna talk to Mike on the back end, find out what he talking about in terms of speed and all that shit. We're gonna find out how we did that the last time, do it again. You ain't get us to the 300, so maybe that'll be Tuesday's show. Definitely today we got Untitled, so check us out on patreon.com/The Boxing Voice for more exclusive. Obviously, Patreon, Untitled is one of our most sought after shows on Patreon, where we talk a little bit of everything, but mostly what you want to talk about as we put out the post, get the questions and answers, and then we come back to answer those questions or whatever. Yeah, that's GTO, Instagram, and Twitter. I'm out.
Follow me on
shit.
IG.
Damn. You know what? I forgot. Let me see if I could call him back. That was Josh in New Orleans. I forgot to go to him maybe. And I see Steve there too. Steve, hold on, Mike. Talk to us.
What up, Steve?
Yeah, hey, how you guys doing?
My bad.
Hey,
I ain't see you guys.
Yeah, you all right. You're all right. Hey, I got a few things to say. First, all the callers should be thankful that you let them come on. I've been listening to you guys for 2 years now. You guys let these guys come on here and speak their minds, and there's no other show doing this stuff. And I appreciate both you and Mike that you didn't get caught into the trap that a couple of callers tried to get you into today, and that's pushing this biased narrative. At the end of the day, I'm just a boxing fan. I just want to see a scrap, and I back whoever fighter I think is good, no matter where they come from or who they are. And I appreciate you guys for that. But there's a lot of shows, a couple of your calls are bringing up these other shows. These shows are pushing a biased narrative. I canceled all of them out. And I'm only listening to the Boxing Voice because you guys talk the real. These guys are pushing a biased narrative. Hey, you want to get behind a fighter that you like, or he's a certain whatever, that's cool. But don't push this. We got a president pushing this biased bullshit. We don't need boxing fans to do the same shit. I'm done.
Steve, man, thanks for calling in. We got Joshua in New Orleans. Talk to us.
What up, Woody?
Yeah, what's up? Good morning. My call was dropping in and out because I'm moving. I'm of the same energy of Steve. I have found myself not listening to certain dudes because or certain shows because of the biased narrative. And it gets sickening after a while, especially when you got a lot of passion for the sport and you just want to hear boxing talk. Like he did, we do have a point. We do get to voice our opinion, so that is validated. The only thing I'll deal with Ness hatred on Bud, but I can deal with that because I still get to voice my opinion.
Yo, you know what's sad? You and Brandon love him so much. He fighting in like 14 days. Ain't nobody talking about that garbage ass vegetarian fight.
Oh please, man. We already saladated.
My man, Top Rank got him on a straight salad and tomato diet.
Yeah, guess what, Ness? But you know what it is. Just like we all know. None of them PBC fighters.
I know what it is. He could bust a tomato in their head.
You want to take the guy who's trying to make the fights, who's doing the same thing Deontay Wilder doing in the sport, but you won't.
Bruh, Deontay Wilder, don't do that. Don't do that, because nope. That's your minute 30. Let me tell you something, the difference between Wilder and Terrence. Wilder showed you he's in control. He never signed the contract. That's why he said, why would I go to DAZN, y'all? I'm my own man, y'all. Look who ain't his own man. Terrence Tomato Can Beater Crawford, man. Come on, bro. We ain't got time for that shit. Terrence gonna hate me for the rest of his life. I swear. Nah, I fuck with Terrence, man. We all know he's skillful, man. It's just he on that top ranked diet over there, man. We going out to Brandon in Cincinnati. What up? Good morning. Yo, I love boxing, man.
I swear to God, man. I ain't even gonna go there with you today, man. I ain't even gonna go there with you today. I'm just ignore that last call. I ain't even gonna go down that fucking slippery slope with you about my dog Bud Crawford. Um, at the end of the day, I don't think the sparring partners really matter. I mean, it's work. At the end of the day, you can bring in whoever you want to bring in the gym. Ultimately, you're gonna have to get in the ring and fight the person that you're supposed to be fighting, not the sparring partner. So AJ can bring in whoever he wants. Ruiz can bring in whoever he wants, but at the end of the day, he still got to fight. And that's pretty much my call, man. I just hopefully we get another good fight. I'm around with the landlord. I think Cinderella gonna leave her glass slipper in Saudi Arabia. The sunshine on the dog's ass. Sometimes I think AJ Ruiz got lucky. And I think, them belts gonna go back to their rightful owner and we can get the fucking Wilder and AJ fight, the super fight.
Rightful
I'm
owner.
not
You sound like a hater, man. You always been an AJ fan too. This the same motherfucker sent the Patreon question talking about who you think gonna bring the bitches.
Bet that man.
Yo, he swore Wilder was gonna say, yeah, me versus AJ's a bigger fight. He was mad. You was mad.
Bro, the build up to that AJ and Ruiz gonna be shitty as hell, bro. They too friendly with each other, bro. They hoping each other, wishing each other luck, smiling. Nobody want to see that shit, man. I want some bad blood, bro. These niggas too fucking friendly with each other. I don't think that fight. That's not gonna be a big
Man, that's your minute and 40. You stole 10 seconds. He got to give us 10 seconds back. P Money, talk to us.
What up, Pete Rilla?
Yo, what's good, guys? I haven't been able to call in lately, but I listen to every show and I always hit that like button. So, respect to you guys. First of all, I gotta switch up this name shit, man. Other people be on other boxing channels be saying that they're me. So from now on, I'm Pat in Boston. But I think Andy Ruiz is getting that better work. I like that he's working with Michael Hunter. I think that's the best version of either guy for sparring partners. And I think that Michael Hunter might be able to knock off Povetkin on that same card, unlike Huey Fury did. That was a horrible fight. But yeah, I'm going with Andy Ruiz in the rematch, and I think he's getting the better work. Although Chisora, I think, is a good person for Joshua to be working with. But other than that, he's got some rookies in there and stuff, some green guys, which I don't think's the smartest thing. But
all right,
I'll let you guys be. Thanks.
Pat in Boston. Try to make a note of that. We going out to Big Nick in the UK. Talk to us. Yo, Big Nick, let me find out CYP making you call in. You never used to call in. And CYP's verbal assault of you. Like, he's always like, yo, call in, Big Nick. He finally made you come out. I don't remember you calling, bruh.
Called in once or twice, but not.
You know what, Ness? You know the funny thing is, I'll give CYP's due, yeah? So after Friday's show, he called me, man. Do you know what? He's a decent guy. That's the worst thing, and I don't even want to say it, but he's actually all right. Like, when away from the show and everything, from the lights and everything, he's all right. He's a decent guy, man. I can't knock him.
Away from the lights, you funny as hell.
Yeah, man. I think it's a facade. It's an act. Do you know what I mean? He's actually decent. But I just want to say, man, I just want to second the caller a couple of calls ago, and he was talking about other boxing channels. I've been listening to TBV for like the last 3 years now, and they are the most authentic and definitely the best boxing channel. I remember back in the day, you guys were so biased. You were so PBC, so Wilder, so anti-AJ. But I've seen as the channel's grown, it's just changed. You know what I mean? A lot more sort of like level-headed and down the line, and there don't seem to be a bias as such. You know, you're not clouded by your bias, and that's one thing I just want to say in the chat as well. Like, shout out to all those in the chat that are not clouded by their bias, and the fighters that they like, that they end up saying stupid things about, listen, Wilder's not my favorite fighter, but for me, I think he's going to beat Ortiz on Saturday. But I'm not going to let the fact that I'm an AJ fan cloud the fact that Wilder is going to whoop Ortiz. You know what I'm saying? So that's just my call, man. In a nutshell.
Big Nick, man, shout out for calling in all the way in the UK, keeping the show international. Shout out to CYP, man. He doing what he said. He making these dudes call in. And look, I can't deny and say Big Nick hasn't already been on Skype and called in, but he's calling in more frequently, and I love it. I love it, man. I love it. We definitely want to continue to let the world know this show is international. You know, callers like Vito in Malaysia, you know, fuck Michael in the UK, Big Nick in the UK. I mean, we got Alex in Australia. Man, so many, man, so many. So just shout out to everybody. I see Edward in Alabama. You haven't pressed one, champ, but maybe you just listening. On that note, Mike, it is time to say goodbye. I've already given my social media, so it's all on you.
Follow me on IG at Gross1911 or on Twitter at Gross2312 and catch me later on the day on Mike on Sports for the NFL Week 12 recap. Peace out.
Alrighty. Peace.